Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. Maybe I'll put that up on the screen. My name is Emanuel Livingston. You can reach me 513-717-5464. That's the number to get on board. 513-717-5464. 717 King. How y'all doing? Oh, I'm so late. I know. I'm so late. But meeting but I'm here now. I'm here now. All right. Let's see. Let's get the hellos in. But first, hi to everyone. For those, if this is your first time checking out this, I guess, podcast, this ain't really a podcast. It's just a live stream, because I don't have it on any of the podcast platforms. So if this is your first time checking me out, hello, first. Second, we're not changing the world. Or at least I'm not changing the world. We're just talking about stuff. Okay, I'm talking about stuff, and people are commenting in the comments. And you can call in 513-717-5464. I kind of talk about a little bit of anything. I have a little bit of knowledge on some stuff. No knowledge on other stuff, but I have thoughts and opinions. You're willing to call in and share yours and listen to mine. If we don't agree here, I was going to say we don't attack each other. I don't attack people. I don't attack people if they don't agree with me. I just tell them how wrong they are. And then that's the end of the conversation. No, I'm willing to have a conversation with anybody, and my mind can be changed. My mind can be changed about just about anything. Except for I'm usually right, at least in my view. So you got to show me that I'm wrong, and then I'll change my mind, because I always want to be right. All right, let's get to the hellos. We start off the show just saying hi to the people who are watching. So if you're new, just type in on whichever platform you're checking me out on. Which, by the way, you can catch me on YouTube at Emanuel Livingston. You can catch me on YouTube at The Afternoon Experience with Emanuel Livingston. You can catch me on Facebook at Emanuel Livingston. You can catch me on Facebook at The Afternoon Experiment. Did I say experience? I meant experiment. I used to be on a radio station, and the name of that show was The Afternoon Experience. And then I changed it. And I'm still getting used to saying The Afternoon Experiment, because I really liked The Afternoon Experience. But it's The Afternoon Experiment because we're just trying this out. We're still just trying this out. So you can catch me on Facebook at The Afternoon Experiment. And, of course, Emanuel Livingston. You can catch me on Twitter, The Afternoon Experiment. Actually, I think that one's The Afternoon XP. The Afternoon Experiment on Twitter, and Emanuel Livingston on Twitter, as well as Twitch. I'm on there. I believe it's just Emanuel Livingston on Twitch for now. Let's get to the hellos. Brandy. Hello, Brandy. Greetings. And tell me where you're checking me out from. So if you're in Colorado, say, this is Jackson from Colorado. Hi. Brandy, greetings. Daryl, say, King of Talk is in the building. Yes. Hello, Daryl. Myosha wants to know, did Janice make this hat too? No. This one's actually a little too big, but, I roll with it anyway. Anthony says, good afternoon. E, you killing us, bro. I'm sorry. I be trying to be on time. We got Brent Beard, good afternoon. Emanuel Livingston and the Afternoon Experimentalist, checking in from Dallas, Texas. Dallas in the house. Got TC, you so BS, taking an hour away from us today. I'm sorry, I had stuff to do. Ron Dula says the King was on CPT time. It would just be CP time. Or CPT. But not CPT time. That's like ATM machine. What is it? Automated teller machine. Yeah. But I knew what you meant. So I'm still, look, forget everything I just said. I used to be a stickler for, trying to speak right and say stuff right, but I'm not anymore. I'm working on it. It's a work in progress. Brenda says hi from Fairfield. Lewis says it's all good, champ. Got Crystal in the house. Good afternoon, and everyone. She's checking in from Forest Park. Pittsburgh Steelers from 1923. I didn't even put that together. The beanie, Koofy, but yeah. Good afternoon from Forest Park. Muslim E, I'm not Muslim. And Lewis is saying, hey to Crystal, sending her much love. All right. Robert Willis in the house. Peace to you. We got, did I say Miss Pittsburgh? How did I skip over Miss Pittsburgh? Miss Pittsburgh in the house. I'm still missing out on the Black Planet and MySpace demographic. I do have a Black Planet page. Y'all saw it if you were watching that day, where I guess remade my Black Planet page. I haven't been on since that day. I have to work on that. Terry says good afternoon. Good afternoon, Terry. Pamela checking in from North Avondale says good afternoon. Lewis says, I was attacked on many occasions on your platform. Afternoon experience and afternoon experiment. I don't know if you were attacked. I think people didn't agree with you and they let that be known, which, that's what you do. And you did say some stuff that lends itself to being attacked, but I don't know that you were attacked. But if you ever felt like I attacked you, I apologize. Black Russian says ahoy from Bond Hill. All right, Bond Hill in the house. David says, what up, E-Man, Lil Baby, and the Meta Live fam, checking in from Westchester on Meta. All right. My grandbaby, who I call Lil Baby, my grandbaby used to be here. See, I'm trying to, for the people who are just now tuning in, I don't want it to seem like a closed thing. Like you a part of the family when you tune in, but some stuff will go over your head if you haven't been watching. So my granddaughter, who's 5 now, she used to, come here and sit, and that she does still from time to time, but I don't see her as much as I used to. I used to see her like literally every day, but I don't now. I have to tell them to get her over here. Let's see. Good afternoon, E-Man and fam. All right, Vincent, good afternoon. Phyllis Mitchell, good afternoon. Emanuel and the Afternoon Experiment fam. Got Myosha, who, by the way, she's rich. Like I consider her to be a friend of mine, and she's rich. I like having rich friends. They don't give me no money. I don't ask for it. I don't want their money. They worked and they earn their money. I want them to keep their money. Just share a portion of your life with me. The portion where you just tell me the rich people shit you doing. Oh, by the way, I don't cuss. Every once in a while something slip out and I feel so bad when it happens. I don't cuss. I don't really believe in cussing. I don't like cussing. But, I'm still a work in progress. But so she's rich for those of you who are just tuning in. How funny you mentioned Colorado. I'm going there next month, probably at some amazing resort, maybe even the same resort Kobe was at. Hopefully you have a better time than that girl had with Kobe. But I hope you enjoy yourself and share all the details with me. I live vicariously through my rich friends. Let's see, bro, you can't expect to build up an audience when you ain't on time all the time. I'm not really trying to build an audience. Again, I do this because y'all said, hey, do it. So that's why I do it. And I like y'all. So that's why I do it. I'm not really trying. I mean, if I looked up and it was 1 million people watching, first I would be frightened. But then it would be the same show. It would be the same show. I probably wouldn't have opportunity to read all the comments. But it would be the same show. So, and then maybe I would start making a whole lot of money. And then this would actually be my full-time job. And then I could do a better show. I could be out interviewing the movers and the shakers. If I had 1 million people watching, they would want to come on the show. I would have to be turning them away. I'd be like, look, if you come on my show, I'm going to grill your ass. They'd be like, it don't matter. I'll come on. I'd be like, but I'm going to bust you up real. I know I'll still come on. They want access to the audience. As it stands right now, they think I'm going to ask them a tough question, so they won't come on. And then some of them just don't like me. Sierra says, hola from Boston. Well, hola. Let me see. Scroll. I lost my spot. Francis says, hello, I will try watching again. All right, I appreciate it. My sister gonna give me another shot. Janice says, oh, you finally got here. Hi, I guess. Janice is such a hater. She is such a hater. Not really, but sorta. Let me see. Tria says, hey, from Colombia. David says, I'm a stickler, talking about that language stuff. I'm telling you, I'm shaking it. Like, it don't even bother me no more that he says CPT time. Like, it's gone. Whereas before, I would have still been saying something about it, waiting for him to say, you're right. I agree. I apologize. I won't say that anymore. No, it don't matter. Say what you want to say. We need our own radio frequency and station to get the real in and out. I don't know that buying those frequencies are cheap. I don't know. Let's see. Daryl says, damn, Black Planet's still around? It is still around. Yeah, I went and did me a Black Planet page. Hello, Lynn George. God, what's that? Sees everything? Oh, yikes. I think you attacked that brother. I did not attack anybody. I don't attack people. What about MySpace? Is that still a thing too? I don't know. Let me look. MySpace.com. MySpace is still a thing. It's still a thing. Maybe I'll pull that page up in a moment. I don't have a lot to talk about today. I got a couple things, not a lot. I had to get out of here because I'll be at that meeting at 6 o'clock at the Board of Education. I want to check it out, see what's going on. Brenda says Anthony is on point about something. I'm not exactly sure what, because, my thing don't work like that. So I don't know what she's talking about. He's on point about. But apparently, bullseye. Let's see. Nat says good afternoon. I'm trying to get through these quickly. Kenneth says good afternoon. Janice says everybody is still on your other feed. Janice, trust me, I got a trick for that. Because what I'm going to start doing is some of these days it's just going to be exclusively on the afternoon experiment pages. So people won't even know. People will be like, you wasn't on yesterday. And I'll be like, yes, I was. I was on the afternoon experiment page. Should have been on the afternoon experiment page. And then you would have known. Because it's going to start happening real soon. Like this week, real soon. Ed says, what's up, E-Man and Facebook peeps? Ben says, what's up? Diane says, howdy. Myosha, why do black people do this? I'm sure it ain't just black people, but I know that there are black people who do it. Lincoln does it. I believe Wyatt does it. And Myosha does it. I got a couple other rich friends that they kind of do it too. Why are rich people afraid to say they rich? Like, I know Lincoln thinks that black people don't like people with money. So that's why he says he doesn't have money. I only know that because he told me. He said, stop saying I'm rich. I said, well, why? You rich? He said, but black people don't like people with money. And I was like, bruh, black people don't dislike people with money. No, they don't like people with money. I'm like, They don't care. See, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to make people not like me. See, man, you tell them I'm rich, and then they don't like me. I'm like, dude, you rich. Just own that shit. Own it. It's like, yeah, I'm rich, and I worked hard for mine. Own it. And my own's the same thing. I'm not rich. Why do rich people do that? Why do some rich black people do that? Why? But you rich. I was going to finish the statement out, but then somebody would have said that was sexist. And I wouldn't have meant it in a sexist way, but you know, you can't be calling black women the B word. Rick says, what's up? From Colerain. All right, Colerain. You don't curse because your mama hit you in the mouth. No, I don't know that I've ever cursed. A curse to me is like, well, you know what I'm saying? You wish horrible things on people. That's cursing. Cussing is using profanity. To me. So when people say, you don't curse, I've never cursed anyone to my knowledge. So you're right, I don't curse. And that's got nothing to do with my mama. I just don't curse. Yes. I'm serious about not knowing who you know. It's time to expand and teach. I'm not sure what that means. Clarify what you're talking about. Because I don't know what you're talking about. Kenneth says, you don't like me. You didn't say hi. I didn't. I thought I said hi. Well, hello, Kenneth. Hello. Kenneth be hating on me sometimes, but that's all right. I don't mind. Janice says, wow, everybody's still coming to this feed. What's up with that? You know how people are. People get used to stuff. And it's hard for them to make that transition. They're used to it. So it's hard for them to make the transition. And, you know, that is what it is. This show is for play, not for pay. That's right. Emanuel, I love the coordinator of the fashion. Well, thank you. Would you bring Ron D on the show? Absolutely. Ron D can come on the show. He can call in and he can come on, just about any time. If she's going to Colorado, you can visit Palestinium. Like Stefan. He said Palestinium. I want to visit Palestinium. I didn't know it was in Colorado. Myosha, can you hook a brother up? Oh. No, I'm not going to give people the business for saying Kroger's. I'm over that. Regina says, good afternoon. You made it. Yes. Tessie says, hi there. Janice says, this is the one place I thought I could hear some proper English. Damn. Ed, MySpace. Yes, it's still a thing. If Janice were a hater, she wouldn't have made you a hat. We love Janice. I love Janice too. That don't mean she ain't a hater sometimes. Sometimes I hate on Janice. I don't know. I don't understand why y'all are so against the truth of a hater is not an evil thing. Being a hater is not an evil thing. Hold on. I see somebody outside my window here. What are they doing? I'm sorry, I got windows here, and it looked like somebody is walking way too close to my house. Like, for real, like way too close to my house. I'm gonna go check that out. I'll be right back. All right. Whew, I'm back. And I'm tired. Okay. It was Mrs. Livingston. But I couldn't, they're glass block windows. I couldn't tell there's somebody walking that close to my house. I got to get out. I was getting ready to go out there and do some stuff. But now I'm back. I'm back. Whew. And see, I told y'all my house backs up to a wooded area. So there are woods behind the house. And it's like a little homeless encampment back there. They got tents and stuff. So I have to be really, really careful when I see people. Like, they haven't come up into the yard or anything, but I have to be really careful around the house. So, well, let me just say, I stay ready because there's a little homeless. It's a small one. I think it might be like 5 or 6 people living in the woods back there. And the police and stuff say ain't nothing they can do about it. I imagine eventually they'll come in and they'll move them out. But yeah, for right now, they just be back there. Sir, where are your bifocals? I don't need no bifocals. It's glass block, so you can't see clearly through the window. You just see motion. And that was what I saw. So yeah, I gotta make sure. So no, everything is fine. But yeah, it's all good. But I stay ready because I got nothing against homeless people. They gotta have somewhere to stay. They gotta have somewhere to live. They're not on my property. They're not on the neighbor's property. Well, we've talked about it and they're back there. So yeah, we try to, make sure we keep an eye out and know what's going on. Let me see. Why don't you have surveillance around the house? Cameras so you can see. Well, there are cameras, but not down here. And if I look into something walking past, I'm not going to let me go and check the camera. No, I can just do what I just did. Run out, look and make sure ain't nothing there. And then when I, get up there and, then Mrs. Livingston was, oh yeah, how was I? I had to walk along. I had to go down the side of the house. And I was like, okay. But yeah, I'm going to put up some more because I have a blind spot or two. So I'm going to put up some more. I use those Wise cameras so I can monitor what's going on from anywhere in the world, really. I mean, even when we were in Arizona last year, I was checking stuff out. And that was even before the homeless people. Yeah, I'll be checking stuff out. So thank you for your concern. Janice says, wow. Do you let them come in to shower? No, I don't. Hank says, what up, though? What up, Hank? I'm almost ready, Hank. I'm almost ready. I got to get mentally ready now. I'm almost ready for you. Don't hate me. Don't hate me. Do I let them come in the shower? No. Well, first, they don't ask to come in the shower. Secondly, no. They don't pay no water bill here or no rent here or nothing like that. No. I still haven't figured out how to unblock you, Ross Freeman, on here. Ross Freeman, can you do me a favor? I don't know which page you're on, but go to if you're on just my regular page, Emanuel Livingston, which I imagine that's where you are, go to the afternoon experiment page and see if you can comment on that page. Cause I don't know. I got you're blocked on here, although not other people can clearly see what you're saying, but I can't. Get the app on your phone, man. Which app are you talking about? I have the app on my phone. That's what I said. I can monitor it from anywhere. When I was doing this, that's me holding my phone in my hand. That's the way I do when I hold my phone. So when I'm doing this, talking about I'm monitoring something, I can't hold a computer like this. Come on. Rich people always think they know more than other people. Now you get a small taste of what those people going through in Texas. I'm not sure that I understand what you mean. Clarify that if you don't mind. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Let me see. You need cameras like Scarface had in that movie. Yeah, I mean, I have cameras. Like I said, I can monitor everything. But over on that side, I mean, I saw somebody walk by. Why y'all making this more difficult than it had to be? Stop. Put up some trip flares. I've not seen them on the property, which is why I was concerned, because I've never seen them on the property. They go through the woods in and through the woods out. I've kind of checked it out. Oh, hold on. I got a call coming in. Hold on a second. Let me get that set there. That's set there. Ron?
Emanuel, how you doing?
Ron, I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm good. Okay, let me explain something to you and to the Facebook listeners and all that stuff.
What?
When I just want to explain something.
Okay.
When I had my stroke, it caused I do not only have aphasia. It caused a severe stigmatism in my left eye.
Okay.
When I read, I can't really read. It clumps together, and I have to reread it. Comes together, and I reread it. Or I don't have the aphasia doesn't affect that, but it just costs my words.
Okay.
So I use talk to text, and when I don't spell something correctly or it doesn't come out correctly, I don't walk back to actually redo it and everything, because you know how when we were in elementary school they had fill in the blank.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, see, if you can't fill in the blank, then it wasn't for you. It wasn't for you. So, and I tease with the best of them. I tease with myself, but it's frustrating. It just that's why John Fetterman had to check himself into a hospital for severe depression, because it's frustrating. Now, excuse me. Now, I did this I do this all myself. I deal with all this all myself. And I don't only deal with, but I deal with things that, I have to move forward on. I have to move forward in business. I have to move forward. I had 4 cases go before the Hamilton County and the appellate court of Hamilton County and the Ohio State Supreme Court. Now, see, I did all of that pro se, meaning I did it all myself. And I didn't do it with lack of knowledge. I didn't do it. I didn't do it with mistakes on my page and on my complaints and aggravations. No, I did it intelligently, and I did it correctly.
Ron?
So what I'm actually getting to, I know you trying to say what I'm getting to.
Hold on, Ron. Hold on.
What?
Before you tell me what you getting to, can you tell me what are you talking about? I don't.
That's what I'm telling you. What I'm talking about.
Okay.
Is
go ahead.
You said Anthony Foster said Ron D. He said something, and he was just challenging me like I'm mixed up and crazy, and I don't want to say mixed up and crazy. That's the aphasia. I don't have the words to say. I don't have the words to speak. And what I'm trying to say is I'm as intelligent as anybody that's on your page, and challenge me on that. challenge me on that.
I, I,
And I'm looking at you. It's so funny for me to be looking at you and saying that.
Ron, is somebody challenging your intelligence? Is that?
People challenge my intelligence all the time. But of course, that's the appraisal. So I don't trip. But honestly, ain't nobody out there looking smarter than me on your page. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know about
you
that.
Know, in my opinion, ain't nobody out there looking smarter than me.
But Ron,
Ron,
what? You don't have to. You don't owe me or you don't owe us an explanation. Look, here's the way when you say stuff, you and you know this, that don't make sense.
I'm sorry. You cut out.
I said when you say stuff that don't make sense to me, I tell you it don't make sense, and if I know, whatever, I try to correct you. I do believe, not aphasia. I believe you believe a lot of wacky stuff, and I don't believe that that's because of a stroke or anything.
I don't know what wacky stuff that you would say I believe. What in the world? What can you say?
Ron, you believe anything that they tell you on Newsmax or Fox News, even when it don't make sense. You believe it. That's wacky to me.
No, I do not. But you believe everything that the other people say.
No, you
really
do. But let me ask you this, because what is your view of, let's say, Marjorie Taylor Greene? What's your view of her?
I really don't have a view on her. I'm not going to say she's crazy, because all of them crazy. She makes stupid things. Now, the statement that she's made, the red versus blue stuff, that's absurd. And you have to know. Now, I don't know. Not kidding, because
hold on.
Let me simplify.
Let me simplify my question.
We can't divide. Okay.
Ron, let me simplify my question.
You asked me my opinion on Marjorie Taylor,
right?
But
so
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you something that makes sense, and you don't want to hear it.
Well,
because we can't divide red and blue. What are we going to do? Go all the Democrats go down south, and all the Republicans go up north?
Right.
That's absurd.
Right. Let me ask you, before I clarify, ask you this. Did the stroke affect your hearing?
No.
Huh?
No.
Okay, because I know you heard me saying Ron, and you just kept talking like you didn't hear me. So if the stroke
no, you keep cutting in and out. You cutting in and out on YouTube, and you cutting in and out on my phone.
Okay, so let me clarify the question about Marjorie Taylor Greene. Let me ask you this: do you believe that her views on issues are in line with truth and reality?
Oh shit! Yeah, man, I can't even tell you what I can't tell you what her views are. She done said some dumb stuff, and I ain't heard nothing. I've heard something in the past, but only thing I've heard is what you and Lincoln said. But just like I said, if now Lincoln and Reagan would say, "Oh, they try to call the Civil War. They call it for Civil War." That is a flat out lie. She couldn't call for a Civil War. Like I said, what's she gonna do? Put Democrats down south and Republicans up north? Where do the independents go? Man, that's just that bullshit. That's just that bullshit. Now.
So what do you think?
Ask me again.
So what do you think she's calling for when she says nonsense like that?
No, she's just speaking nonsense. The things that bother me are the politics. I don't care what none of these people say. I'll say, no, half of them you can't trust. The majority of them you can't trust.
Okay.
You know, Trump was the first president that I've ever voted for a Republican for.
Really?
Now, and I'm gonna tell you why I voted for him, and I'm gonna tell you what switched my democratic thinking into just an independent.
All right, this will be interesting.
I'm sorry?
I said this will be interesting. Go ahead.
Okay. Now, I was looking at that Charlottesville thing, and I've seen it live. I've seen it when it all broke out. Now, and I don't even want to say, the white supremacists did not start the fight. They didn't start the fight. The other people started the fight.
What fight are you talking about?
Other people.
Hold on. What?
All the chaos that ensued on that day, in Charlottesville, you know what I'm talking about, where the girl got killed. You know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Okay. I'm watching it on the news.
Okay.
I'm watching it on the news.
Which means you didn't see it live.
Now, it's live. I'm watching on the news live. I wasn't down there, man.
Right, you didn't see it live. The news.
Okay, I wasn't down. But see, that's that. Okay, anyway, I'm watching it live, and I'm watching it live, and the white supremacists didn't start the fight, and the other people did start the fight. Now, a few hours later, or a few days later, they talked about this brother that they beat him. They beat him savagely. Now, I've seen it live. I seen it live, watching it. He walked up and he socked this white dude in the face, and he must have thought that they was all punks, because he socked the white dude in the face, and the other white dude swarmed him. Now, the MSNBC, they saying that it's all the white supremacists' fault. And again, that's the aphasia. I can't say it the way that I want to say. Now they perpetuating it like it's all the white people's fault.
Ron. See, this is slightly unfair for me. It's slightly. I'm at an exceptional disadvantage, because with regard to this situation, the way that I view your view is this is the wacky stuff I'm talking about that you believe in. And this is not an aphasia thing.
Whoa.
This
my God.
Hold on, let me get it out. This is not an aphasia thing. This is just your wacky beliefs. So you believe that white supremacists showed up with tiki torches talking about Jews would not replace us.
I didn't.
Hold on, can I get
didn't even say that. I didn't say none of that.
Ron.
I didn't say none of that.
Ron, let me get it out. Let me get it out. All right.
Okay.
And then I give you an opportunity to respond. So you believe white supremacists showed up with tiki torches talking about Jews would not replace us and demonstrating for the purpose of just being peaceful. Their very presence, the things that they were saying, is an incitement some would say, and I would agree with those who would say it, to violence. So there's a difference between, let me put it like this, all right? You at home, right? You minding your own business. And I come to your house, knocking on your door with a gun and a knife, telling you, Ron, you ain't shit. And ain't nothing you can do about it. I'm here and you's a punk bitch. And then you come out, to respond to me, and I'm like, hold on, but I was peaceful. He started the fight. That is the essence of what happens when white supremacists show up. They show up to incite violence. So for you to run with the idea that, hey, those white supremacists were there really peaceful and the other people started to fight.
I didn't say that. I did not say anything like that.
You did.
No, I didn't.
Yes.
I said they did not start the fight that I was watching live on TV.
But that's what I'm telling you, that they did start the fight. Their very presence started the fight.
Wait a minute. Now, so now this is my analogy. If I come up to you and I say you ain't shit, and I don't like you, motherfucker, and I keep cuffing you out, just like some of the people do the police.
Right. Well, no, but
do I have a right? Do I have a right? Then I walked up to you. Do you have a right then to push me, slug me, slap me, punch me?
Possibly, yes. Possibly, yes.
Wait a minute. So, okay, like you ain't being honest and you ain't being fair. But I wanted to tell you why the fact I voted for Donald Trump.
Okay,
and
finish.
Why
I thought that you were pretty much done because you like the white supremacists. But go ahead.
When I said wait. When I seen all of that. And I told you, I've been going back and forth to court for the last 4 years. And I've seen quote unquote Democrats, quote unquote, if I say black folks that were supposed to be helping other black folks, they turned their back and turned a blind eye to what I was doing and what I was seeking. Now, people, this not only affects me, but this could affect hundreds of people because I don't know and we don't know what that doctor did to other people.
I'm super low.
But I know, it's my case is over a doctor that performed some illegal surgeries on me, and it's possibly a hate crime. It's what he did. He couldn't have did this by accident. And
what does this have to do with you voting for Donald Trump?
Now I'm going to tell you. The fact that all of these quote unquote black leaders. Now this is what I'm telling you. The fact that all of these quote unquote black leaders, and I went to them for help. It made and the things that I've seen on the news, and they perpetuating the other side was the instigators and all this stuff. It led me to believe that everybody basically all in cahoots, and it doesn't make any difference what party you are or anything like that.
Okay, wait.
The dollar amount is the dollar amount.
Ron.
Ron. What?
It's taking you a long time to get there, so let me ask a few quick questions, just really quick, and then I have to go. Did Donald Trump help you with your case?
You already, that's rhetorical. You already know that.
No, I don't. I have
So
no
why would
idea.
you ask it? No. Yeah. He helped me. Listen, that's rhetorical.
No, it's
you
not.
already know
That's
the
literal.
answer to that question. No. But get to your point. Get to your point because you know the question.
I don't.
You know the answer to the question. You know the answer to the question.
I don't.
You know, and see if you're doing that, that means you trying to prove another point and all that.
I'm just trying to understand, Ron. I'm just trying to understand. Okay, hold on. Just let me get this out. Let me get because this is kind of my recap of what you said, and kind of putting it in a nutshell, right? You said you voted Democrat your whole life, but then you saw Charlottesville, and you felt like the white supremacists didn't start the fight, and because of that, and your case, going through your case, reaching out to black leaders and others, something happened in that process to change your mindset to vote now Republican, and in particular for Donald Trump. Though that's why I was asking, did Donald Trump help your case?
I vote independent, but I voted.
No, you don't. I can tell by what you're saying. You don't. That's a lie. But did Republicans help you with your case?
That's why I voted independent. So I voted for Donald Trump because he was the best person for the job. Right. And you can look at what our state is now, and look at where our country is now.
Right.
Yeah.
Ron, I appreciate your call. All right. That was Ron. He said, and this is what I heard. I heard that basically white supremacists wasn't bad, and that the people who were against the white supremacists started to fight, and something about Donald Trump that he didn't really get into, but then he had this case and he was trying to talk to black leaders and they didn't help him, and that's why he decided to support Donald Trump and the Republicans. That's why. But then when I asked him, basically, what did they do? Then he said, hold on, I didn't say that, which clearly he did. And he says the reason why he voted for Donald Trump because he was the best man for the job. If that's the case, if that and that alone is the case, why did you talk about the white supremacists and Charlottesville and your case and all of that kind of stuff? Because you were bringing all of that up to explain to me why you switch from supporting Democrats to supporting Trump and them. So what was all of the stuff? All of that stuff was what? For what? If it didn't have anything to do with why you support. See, that's why I told y'all it's not fair. It's not fair to me when he and I debate. Because he say stuff and then he say, well, I didn't say that. And if I would have let it go on and really nailed him down, and let's say I would have recorded it and played it back for him, he would have said, well, I have aphasia. So, and then there's no win for me. So it's not fair. It's not fair to me. Ron says, I don't support anything but my benefit. How? I'm kind of asking, but not really, because it's a lot of black Republicans who claim they're not Republicans, who claim that Donald Trump is what was best for them. But how? In what way? In what way was Donald Trump better for you than, let's say Hillary, because that's who he was running against? In what way? I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. E-Man, stop falling for the banana in the tailpipe. I don't understand what banana and what tailpipe am I falling for. But Ron, look, you vote Republican. You believe all the Republican conspiracies and all of that kind of stuff. I think that's what people have an issue with when it comes to some of that stuff just ain't even reasonable. Some of that stuff just ain't reasonable. And I always feel like when you find yourself in a position where you're defending, say, white supremacists, they didn't start it. They were just marching through, minding their own business with tiki torches, talking about Jews would not replace us, saying all manner of vile thing. But they didn't start it. When you find yourself defending basically evil, you really do, you should look at the situation and reevaluate. I don't know very many reasonable people, even white people, very many reasonable white people even, who are like, the white supremacists are good. Even they understand that when they show up demonstrating and something jump off, they started the fight. They started the fight. But they didn't do nothing. They just said all manner of vile thing. They incited people to violence. And that really is a thing. That really is a thing. Ron says, I'm not defending anybody. I'm just full of S. I'm just full of S. They're trying to drive a wedge between everybody in the country and divide and conquer. Ron, the white supremacists are trying to drive a wedge between everybody and divide and conquer. But you were defending. I wasn't defending them. I was just saying they wasn't the ones who started everything. That's defending them. That's defending them. It's true. And trust me, they're the bad guys. They are the bad guys. But that wasn't really what I wanted to even discuss today. I had no intention on bringing up Marjorie Taylor Greene or any of that kind of stuff. But all I really want, well, not all, but one of the things I really want is for just people to be honest about who they are and what they stand for. Victoria say, no time, no show for Wyatt today. So you staying late? No. Oh, let me go back to the phone. 513-717-5464. That's the number to get on board. I was clicking on it, CK. CK was calling in and he hung up. Call back, CK. I was clicking to let you in to answer the phone when the phone hung up. So call back in and I'll get to you. Here he is. Let's see. CK.
Yes, sir. You know I had to call in following that one. Did you hear that last phone call?
Well, yeah, I was talking to him.
Phenomenal Hall of Fame caller. How long he was on the phone for?
I don't know. It was a while. He was on for a while.
He did over 14. Over 14. He probably hit you for about a 17, 20 minutes.
Last I looked at it, it was like 17. So he probably got around 18 or 19 minutes.
I understood everything he was saying.
Oh.
Okay. I told you I was born like this.
All right. Well,
I was slippery coming out the womb. Slippery, and they dropped me. You feel me? But you can. It's just like when you get caught stealing out the mall and you beat up the guard. He just doing his job. But you thinking like, what the hell he stopping me for? I'm just trying to steal the jacket. That's how he was talking, like the white supremacist. See what I'm saying?
No.
He like, yeah. He said they didn't start it. Remember Malcolm said, we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. He would have said Malcolm was dead wrong for that. I'm trying to tell you. So you didn't understand what he was saying.
And I'm very slightly confused about your analogy. In your analogy, who is who?
He just saying the white supremacists didn't start it.
Right.
He think that the slaves started it. Like, you know what I'm saying? They got captured on purpose. That's what he think.
Oh, okay. I understand what you're saying now, I believe.
Yeah, it's like, that's why I told you got to respect people's opinion, because everybody got a different opinion.
Right, but
they think, you know what I mean?
Right, but I mean, you have to respect the fact that everyone has different opinions and that they're allowed to have those opinions, but you don't necessarily have to respect the opinion if the opinion is, nonsense.
Right. Because I promise to God, I'm listening to O.J. Simpson on the podcast, right? And he started talking about Herschel Walker. He said the exact same thing you said. He said, how this fool gonna say he was at the top 1% of his class, and what was that other thing? He was in the valedictorian. Ain't that what you said that on your show, didn't you?
I don't know. What? I don't know. What are you talking about? You lost me with O.J. Simpson. Just saying I was listening to O.J. Simpson completely lost me. I don't know what we're talking about now.
When you said you were talking about Herschel Walker back when he was running, right?
Okay.
And you were telling me, and I was trying to tell you he got CTE, and man, you give him a break. And you were telling me like, nah, man, CTE don't make you do that, dog.
Okay.
I said, what you talking about? So I'm listening to OJ. He also played football, running back.
Uh-huh.
And he said exactly what you said. He said Herschel Walker sitting up there talking about he was a valedictorian and finished in the top 1% of his class. Okay. And I specifically remember you saying that on your show,
right?
The Afternoon Experiment.
Okay, but what does that have to do with anything else that we were talking about?
No, you just said opinion. You said you don't necessarily have to. Some people got the same opinions, and other people are far off. You know what I'm saying? Some people, things happen to them in their life where it's like things are like back. It's like what's the word? When you see things, when you read sentences backwards and stuff. What's that disease?
Bizarro disease? I don't know what you're talking about. What? I don't.
Dyslexia.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that's not.
Yeah, he had that's what he hit you with. He said the white supremacist wasn't wrong. He was hitting you with thought dyslexia. He's saying they not wrong. You trying to tell him no.
Oh, okay.
He's thinking backwards. Yeah, the logic is mixed up in some people's minds. That's why I could understand him. I could understand exactly where he's coming from. He's looking at things backwards.
Well, I understood that.
That's why
I understood that. That's why I wanted to, kind of try to let him know that, no, their very presence incites certain things, and especially their presence along with their actions and their words incite things. So I understood what he was saying with regard to that.
Yeah, it all comes back to, well, that's why you said some people need to seek professional help. That's what you was telling me, man. You had a big debate about that.
Yes, sir.
It was like they need to see a professional. And I was telling you, no, regular people have common sense. They can show you the right way. Professional just is a way to get a hustle. You were telling them the right way, but if you're not going to listen, even a professional is not going to get through to you. You know what I mean? You broke it down. You gave him a great analogy.
Okay.
And he still, you know what I'm saying? He still put that brick wall. They was putting it in the comments. It's like talking to a brick wall.
All right.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I just want people to stop putting all this hate and they like hang up on them and all that. I'm like, damn, he's still your people. Don't y'all love your people? Y'all talk all this God and love it. Then when George Floyd get killed, now y'all all, why they do that to him? Show people compassion. Stop just throwing people away like that. Some of us out here need help. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Yeah, that's why. And you knew it. You had compassion. That's why you let him stay on the phone for so many minutes. You know what I mean?
I am a very compassionate man.
You see, I'm compassionate. I support your show every day. Every day I support you. I'm trying to get you up to 1 million subscribers. You know what I mean? All I do is support. Don't I support you?
You do. Yes, you do. And you call.
Come on now.
And I appreciate that.
Man, I appreciate it, man. Just keep hope alive, as the Honorable Jesse Jackson said before he traded on us. But I'm telling you, you're doing everything right, man. Keep God in your heart. Keep blessing these, you know what I'm saying, blessing your people.
All right.
With the knowledge and the word.
Well, thank you, CK.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate
Praise the
your
Lord.
Call. Word. All right. That was CK. Yeah. I understood what CK was saying. And I understood what Ron D was saying. I just didn't agree with him. And I don't understand his logic. There were a couple things I got about 5 minutes or so. Hold on, let me do this. Cause today ended up being much more busy than I thought it was gonna be. But I saw a few stories that I wanted to talk about. No. People getting shot now. A lot of shootings happening now. I'm just kind of going through the news now. There's a lot of shootings happening right now with the young people. I don't know. Again, as always, I don't have an answer to it. I wish I had an answer to it, but I don't have an answer. It makes me sad. I don't know that passing a law like what the whole you got to lock up your gun law stuff. I don't know that that's gonna be helpful. I don't know that it's gonna hurt anything. It'll probably end up getting overturned, more than likely, but I don't know. Hold on. Somebody said, let's talk about the train derailment. What about it? A train derailed. It had chemicals. They blew it up. There's chemicals all over the place. Chemicals in the air, chemicals on the ground, chemicals on property and in the water. Brenda says, E-Man chooses who he wants to understand. Let my black ass call him up. Try it. Just call me. I don't understand why y'all think I'm this monster. I am not a monster. I'm a very compassionate man. And I try to listen to people and understand what they saying, the reasoning behind it, and maybe help them see it from a different perspective, which is, typically my perspective, which is typically right. That's it. So if Brenda, if you call, even if you saying nonsense, I will still listen to you and try to put you on the right path, or allow you to put me on the right path. I'm not a monster. You're gonna have to start making up for missed times on Saturday. Talk about Western Hills High School finally getting a pool after 30 years of not having one. What do they need a pool for? And I'm not saying that to be funny. I remember I went to Aiken. When I went to Aiken, they had a pool. I don't know if they still have a pool. I haven't been to the new Aiken, but they had a pool. And there were some swim classes and all that kind of stuff, but not a lot of people took swim classes. Not a lot of people did. I don't know that people use that pool to the full advantage, took full advantage of that pool being there. It was empty most of the time. Not being used, not enough classes. So, I don't know, maybe at Western Hills, They some swimming asses, but it might be a waste of funds. I'm an unconscionable ball breaker? What? And Brenda says, already tried it. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. If you did, then you would know. He's kind, loving, generous, and understanding. And Brenda says I was disrespectful. I'm not disrespectful. Well, I guess it all depends on what you think respect is. If you think respect is just letting you say anything and not challenging you, if that's what respect is, then I'm disrespectful. Let me see. These kids aren't getting those bundles in no water. Lady K says, I went to SCPA. We didn't have a pool. And y'all wouldn't have used it. Y'all wouldn't have used it. Veronica says, I did. It was my last bail of the day. Daryl says, swim team. My daughter's on the swim team at her school, and she is a senior. Black people do swim, bro. When did I say black people didn't swim? I didn't say that. I said it was underused. I got certified as a lifeguard. I've saved a number of people's lives swimming. So I'm not one that says black people. Where do y'all hear the stuff that y'all hear? I never said black people don't swim. I said I think it'll be underutilized. Not that black people don't swim. R-Dub said, I had swimming first bail at Aiken. You can't swim. Because they make people who can't swim lifeguards. That would be a little funny. Just for the record. That would be funny. I'm sorry. I thought of Suicide Squad where they dropped him in the water and the one they couldn't swim. That was terrible. Let's see. We had swimming and a swim team at West High in the 90s. And then the rest of you N-words came to the West Side when you should have just kept your ass at the Avondale Center. That's terrible. That's just terrible to say. Tria went to Withrow and y'all had 2 swimming pools. I'm not saying I don't believe you. I believe you. Were they utilized to their full potential? Oh. Nick says, from what I understand, the decision to burn those chemicals also caused the equivalent of an oil spill in the Ohio River and potential acid rain into the atmosphere. Yeah, I think it. I mean, I'm no environmental scientist or anything like that. I think they say that the chemicals pretty much have gone past us. And eventually, they'll go down the Ohio to the Mississippi to the Gulf or wherever. And that'll be that. And people will deal with the fallout. Was it the right decision? I don't know. At this point, I guess I don't want to say I have to trust them. But if they say they did the right thing, then they did the right thing. Brent says, we had natatorium at our high school and everyone was required to take at least 2 9-week swim classes. Interesting. John says, pool is too expensive to upkeep. Most schools partner with their local YMCA. Man, I just feel like there's a good chance that it won't be utilized to its full potential. That's all I'm saying. That's it. I'm not saying black people can't swim. I don't know where that came from. Where did that even come from? Tria says, yes, we did, sir. Yes, they were. Can you swim, Tria? Pretty good. Daryl says, we need more black high school swim team. I go to my daughter's meets, and it's not a lot of black swim teams in the city. Trust me. I believe you. I believe you. LaDonna says, we had one at Woodward. I ain't seen it yet. Oh, my goodness. This is the only time when my rich friends frustrate me. We had two swimming pools at my high school too, and they were utilized as swimming was mandatory. You can't compare Cincinnati public schools to your school, your rich ass school. She grew up and she went to a rich ass school. She was on the damn archery team. Archery. In high school. At her little private rich school. Were you on the polo team too? Were you on the polo team too? They brought in the horses and all that stuff. At my school, they had a stable where they kept the horses for the polo team. Why don't they have that in CPS? We ain't rich. We had 2 swimming pools. But you ain't rich. Okay. All right. Andrew says, I went to Withrow, and that is correct. There were 2 pools. Only one was really used when I was there. All right. Greg says, I'm glad to see you on here. I just saw this. You were a hater. Withrow Tigers were the... I didn't say anything negative. What do y'all hear? What do y'all hear? What did I say negative? Somebody please just tell me what negative did I say? I'm a Withrow hater. Now, I could be, and if I were, I wouldn't deny it, but I didn't say anything negative about Withrow. If I did, somebody tell me. Maybe I'm developing a condition too. If I said something negative, tell me what I said. Greg. I'm not mad for real, but I didn't say nothing negative about Withrow. D says, Wyoming High School has an Olympic-sized pool. So did we at Aiken. We had an Olympic-sized pool at Aiken. Pamela says, would you be the lifeguard? I wouldn't want a random substitute teacher. I don't know that I understand that question, but I would be a lifeguard. I wouldn't now. But yeah. Told you I saved some people, so I would never have had a problem actually working as a lifeguard. Tria says, I learned to swim at Bush Center as a child. All right. Tony says, that cough sounded like a pre-COVID cough, E-Man. I was not even aware that such a thing existed. Rugby team. Probably did. Pamela says, we had archery in school. What school you go to that y'all had archery? Was this a Cincinnati public school? I did not go to a rich ass school. Y'all had archery and polo. Stables where y'all kept the horses. Why do rich people say they not rich? Why? Sierra says her school had underwater hockey. Is that a thing? Hold on. Underwater hockey. That sounds like something you making up. It could be true, but it's now totally made up. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. Underwater hockey. Where did you go to school? Rich ass school. Where did you go to school? Every day, someone has a problem with something you said. And most times, I didn't even say anything. I don't understand. Janet says, back in the day, 2 of my sons were acting lifeguards. All right. Daryl says, we had archery in junior high. If you had archery, tell me where you went to school. All of y'all who had underwater hockey, water polo, regular polo, rugby, archery, tell me where you went to school. Pamela says St. Ursula. Again, that is not a public school. You can't necessarily compare the resources at some of these private and Catholic schools to the resources at a public school. So you can't look at a public school and be like, well, we had archery. Why don't they have archery? I keep telling y'all, they sure as hell were not giving us at Aiken bows and arrows out there on the back lot. It wasn't gonna happen. And I doubt that they would do it for these kids now. But if you think they would, go ahead. Go ahead. Go buy some archery equipment. Take it up there to your regular old public school here in Cincinnati and tell them, here, I brought some archery equipment and volunteer. Teach the kids archery. You stand in the line of fire. Oh, let me see. Hold on. My kids had archery, chicken club, bee club, and it was a CPS high school. What school? What school? Daryl says, I went to Mount Healthy North Junior High. And y'all shot bows and arrows. I'm gonna have to look into that. I'm gonna look into that. I'm not sure that I believe you. Even though that's not a CPS school, I'm not sure that I believe you. Shahara, lying, talking about she had a meeting that ran over super late. You lying. You lying. You ain't never super late for Lincoln show. That's a lie. I don't believe you. Why can't they have bows and arrows? Because there's a real danger that they'll shoot each other. There's a real danger of that. I'm just being honest. I wouldn't trust your regular run-of-the-mill class at your regular run-of-the-mill CPS school and give them, like, for real bows and arrows. Maybe something with, like, a little plunger on the end. You know, a Nerf bow and arrow set. But, like, for real bow and arrow, I wouldn't trust it. I wouldn't trust it. Trust me, Mount Healthy City schools are public schools. No, I'm not saying they're not public schools. They're not Cincinnati public schools. I'm not saying they're not public schools. I'm saying I don't necessarily believe that they teach archery at Mount Healthy City schools. I'm gonna look into it though. From C. They said something happened to one of my streams. I don't know what it was. Victoria says Clark Montessori in Hyde Park. Is that a Cincinnati public school? What's Chicken Club? I don't know. I was just gonna gloss over that and pretend that I never read the words Chicken Club. I don't know what Chicken Club is. it sounded a little racist, so I just left it alone. Maybe they taught them how to raise chickens or something. I don't know. They taught them how to season the flour and fry them up real good. I don't know what chicken club is. If a little baby came home talking about grandfather, my teacher wants to put me in chicken club, I'd be highly upset until I found out what the fuck is chicken club. What is chicken club? What? She won't put you in chicken club because you black? Is that what it is? I would have an issue. I would go to the school, I have to admit, with a slight attitude. I would try to be nice. Like, she said, you want her in chicken club? Tell me, what is chicken club? And I would try to be calm, but that's about the way it would come out. Tell me, what is chicken club? I wouldn't say the F word. I would think the F word, but I wouldn't say the F word. Well, he called it Mount Healthy North Junior High, so that was years ago, because they don't have a North Junior High anymore. All right. R. Allen says Mount Healthy had archery. Did they give them like real bows and arrows? Not something with a fake rubber tip or a suction or something like that. Did they give the kids real bows and arrows? And how long ago are we talking? Stop. Those kids might do well. They might. I'm not saying that, they lack the skill or ability, but just with the way that some things end up going in the schools, I would think that you would have to be really selective about what child you put a deadly weapon in their hand. Let's see. I was trying to figure out what chicken club is too. Let me see. I was always under the impression that Clark was a Zeke school, named after Albert my Zeke in Louisville, Kentucky. You're not allowed to say Zeeks anymore. You can't call people Zeeks. It's mean now. We call them Zeeks, but you're not allowed to do that nowadays. Mr. Livingston, we truly think Lil Baby would be a great candidate for our chicken club. Oh boy. Daryl says there were real bows and arrows. This was back in 1987-88. All right. I don't know what a chicken club is. I don't. Myosha says, what is a Zeke? How do you describe, what is a Zeke? I can only speak for me. Me and the people that I knew didn't look at calling people Zeeks as derogatory. It feels derogatory now because I'm, an adult and try to be sensitive to people. But a Zeke was basically somebody with like a learning disability, the slow kids. Not necessarily like the, because you can't say that word anymore either. Not really a learning disability. Like, kids with like true, okay, I had to use the word just because I don't know what else to call it now. Development. People with developmental disabilities, we didn't call them Zeeks. People who just were really slow on the uptake, so they kind of didn't learn well, fast, thoroughly. Then was Zeke's. And you know, you got like your elevated classes, and you got like your standard classes. Then you have just below the standard classes, and then you had the Zeke's. And then under them, you had the people with developmental disabilities. So yeah, that's what a Zeke was. It sounds so terrible now to say it. Yeah. Some of them, they would hold on to each other's pant loops. No, not necessarily short bus. Not necessarily short bus. We understood, and this is speaking from the mind of when I was a child, we understood that there were certain people who were different. We didn't use special. We used the R word. We understood that there were people who were, the R word. They were a different case. They wasn't the Zeeks. But you did have Zeeks. You had Zeke classes. So like when you were in the 5th grade, the Zeeks were probably reading at like a 2nd, maybe a 3rd grade level. It was some regular kids in Zeke classes. Yeah. Zeke and Geek. Zeeks and Geeks are not the same. No, they're not. Not at all. Not at all. Oh, y'all, it's like 5:20. Y'all done kept me on here. I got to get ready to get out of here. I got to eat. I haven't eaten anything at all today. So I got to eat, and then I got to get up to this meeting at 6 o'clock. So I need to get out of here, grab something to eat. Mrs. Livingston cooked. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. So I'll be eating some of that, and then I'll be going to this meeting, and then I'll be coming home and eating some more. And then if I'm lucky, I'll be eating some. But yeah, I got to get ready to get out of here. Everybody, have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your day. A few people said they want me to go live at the meeting. I'll see if I can. If I can go live, I'll go live. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I hope it's prosperous for you. And hope something amazing happens that's life-changing. This is the Afternoon Experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. Until next time, I'm out, y'all. Peace.